We are joined by Clinton Dubinicki, Chief Executive Officer of ASX-listed Orpheus Uranium. Ticker is ORP. Clinton has more than 15 years' experience within global businesses, focusing on uranium. He joined Orpheus in May 2024. Prior to this, he was Principal Geologist at Heathgate Resources. Thanks for the chat today, Clint. To kickstart things, can you let us know what attracted you to join Orpheus Uranium?
Hi, Mel. Thanks for having us on. And yeah, great pleasure to be CEO of Orpheus Uranium. I was drawn to Orpheus because Orpheus has established itself as one of the few, or if not only, true greenfields explorers on the ASX, meaning that whilst they don't have a deposit at the moment, or we don't have a deposit at the moment, we're really looking for that early stage discovery. And I think that's what really differentiates Orpheus from the rest of the market. That's supported by really sound tenure to begin with, and something that we can grow on as a business. In addition to that, it was bringing that experience that I've had over the last 15 years within the uranium industry and injecting that back into the business with a team that's actually really quite technically skilled at the moment and a board that's really supportive towards engaging and actioning exploration programs for discovery.
Last week, Orpheus released that on-ground exploration activities had commenced at the Mount Douglas project in Northern Territory. Can you expand on this, the geological features at the Mount Douglas project that make it a promising site for uranium exploration?
Yeah, so Mount Douglas is a typical Northern Territory tile system, or a Pine Creek origin, Alligator Rivers type system, where you've got unconformity style uranium, as opposed to what we're looking at in South Australia, which is sedimentary style uranium. Within the Mount Douglas project, we've got the key ingredients and the right rock types within that particular area of your Proterozoic metasediments, and an overlain by a Proterozoic sandstone out in that particular area. We've got some radiometric anomalies that are associated with both the lithological units out there, but more interestingly, with some potential structural controls on these radiometric anomalies. And that's what's exciting about the announcement that we've made, and the work that the team has been doing on the ground out there has both elaborated on a previously known anomaly, but also discovered another anomaly as they've been going through their work.
And Clint, how do these features compare to other known deposits in this region?
So when we start to have a look at the bigger deposits like the Rangers and the Jabilukas and Kungaras, Ranger was found off one of these radiometric anomalies. It's not necessarily to the same scale, but it's an example of following up and ground truthing some of this preliminary work, whereas a Jabiluka, on the other hand, didn't have any sufficient anomaly. If we look in more recent times, Thunderball, Thunderlaris Thunderball, which was found in the last uranium upturn in about 2010 or thereabouts, had one of these official signatures that they started to look at on the ground and execute an exploration program to follow up on that. So that's where we get excited about being able to ground truth some of these radiometric anomalies that are out there.
The recent approval of the mine management plan by the Northern Territory government. This is obviously very significant for Orpheus.
Yeah, this is a really great step forward. And I think it's a bit of a testament to the portfolio that had been put together by the business. We've been able to pivot and start to take on some projects within the Northern Territory and actually be able to access these for some potential advanced stage activities. As with any of our programs, we look at results-based and being dynamic. We're not just in one path moving forward. We're taking each step at a time. What this mine management plan does allow for is that next step, going from our ground-based reconnaissance through to the trenching. And if we can look at this near surface extensions of the mineralization that's been discovered thus far, then we can take the next step to drill those targets. So that really enables Orpheus to start to undertake those advanced on-ground activities. Outside of this, we've also got a collaboration with the NTGS for a regional gravity survey that we're hoping to have back by the end of the year. Those results can then feed back into the same MMP, and those potential targets that are masked and not seen at surface, we can actually execute a trenching or drilling program based upon the results and the evolution of the geological understanding in the area.
It's exciting, the commencement of on-ground exploration. What do you see as, key milestones for Orpheus to be achieving over the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, great. I think we've been getting on the ground is a big win for us. I think being able to get out there and develop a team in the Northern Territory that are based in the Northern Territory that can take on these projects and have experience within the local deposits is the first step, and that's what we've done. We got held up a little bit by some rain, but we're getting back out there to continue to follow up with those on-ground activities and continually evaluating the project area as a broader system. From there, if we can start to direct our focus towards these anomalies and sort of the two that we've followed up thus far to undertake trenching activities, so shallow trenching, which looks to define the vertical extension and the lateral width of these particular elevated grab samples that we've seen at the surface. And then from there, depending on where we lie within the wet season, being up in the Northern Territory, we can experience delays due to the different seasons. Then would be looking at coming back out and furthering that work, whether or not it's additional trenching or if it's actually going through and taking the next step of drilling. As mentioned, letting each stage justify the next as we go.
We look forward to seeing what's on the horizon and what this brings. So thank you for joining us, Clinton, and we'll speak soon.
Thanks, Mel. Thanks for taking the time out today.